Hi, how you doing? This is Brandon from Caesar's Freedom Stead. Today we're going to do a video on cutting some eggplants. So we have a ton of eggplant plants going on, all these eggplants that are right back here. Most of them are a little small to medium size. We don't have any large ones yet. There are a couple here that we're going to be leaving on there so they can get really big. So we're going to show you everything that's growing here, and then we're going to go ahead and cut some. All right, so we're gonna go through here and we're gonna cut some of the smaller ones that look like they're just not gonna get any bigger. And we're gonna cut some that are getting a little too purple because you want the black beauty to be black. But that's what we're gonna do. That one right there, probably left that a little too long. That's a little tiny one. What you want to do also is if you have a plant that has multiple, like this one here has quite a bit. I think altogether there's about 8 growing on there. These ones right here aren't going to get too much bigger. So cut off a few of the smaller ones, and if there's one in there that's still pretty black and getting big, it's going to put a lot of that energy into that one, so you get a large eggplant. So we're going to be cutting mostly small ones here. These are really good to kind of just chop up into vegetable recipes. You want to save the big ones for, like, you know, eggplant parmesan type deal. Cut these little ones here. So you see this one right here? This one's still got a black tint to it. It's still a good size, so we're going to leave him. Maybe he'll grow a little bigger. All right, look at these two guys here. I think these two guys are about ready to be cut, so we'll go ahead and just cut them real quick. That's a good size one. Got 2 good ones right there. I'll put those there. And it's going to leave room for them to grow even bigger. There's a bunch of blooms on here. And so over here, blooms everywhere. And something that I like to do to make the eggplants bigger is if there's a bunch of blooms on here, I cut a few off because it's going to be trying to distribute the energy throughout all those. So you want to get some big ones, cut some of those off. So I'm going to cut a few of those off and just leave these other blooms. Right here it's the same deal. Look at all that. It's just going to grow a bunch of tiny ones. So I'm going to get rid of these ones and leave that one right there. It'll put all of its energy into that one. All right. Okay, look at these. Yeah, see, it's starting to get these little markings here. It's ready to go. It's actually probably a little too far gone. You can still cook with it. Probably should have cut that a couple days earlier, but it's still good. Let's see. Yeah, there's another one right there. There's a good one. Right here, this one's ready to go. Alright. This guy here, this guy's ready. We'll leave this one small one here, see if he grows a little bigger. But there's still a whole bunch of other blooms on there. I'm gonna let those grow. All right, let's take a look at this one. Oh, this one's got a ton of blooms all over them. All right, so these ones right here, they're a little tiny, but they're ready to go. They're getting that black stuff all over the top, and see how it's the plant portion here, the bloom portion, starting to curl. You need to cut it because it's starting to get old. Right here, they're starting to curl, even though it's tiny. You know, some of them just don't get very big. So, all right. Take a look. All right. Now, this one has been attacked by bugs. Right there on the bottom, if you could see. Right here, it's got a hole. So we're not going to eat that one. We'll probably just cut that and throw it to the chickens. They'll probably eat that one, but we're not going to eat this one. Those ones can stay. All right, those couple can stay on there. All right, let's take a look. All right, look at that guy right there. The big bulb one. Like a Christmas bulb. So we'll cut him as well. And it's got a little one sitting in there. We'll leave him. So this looks like they really only got to one. The bugs only got to one of these, so that's food for the chickens always. So whatever we don't eat, they eat. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cut that one anyways. All right, let's take a look at that. Look at all those eggplants we got in there. Again, they're not huge. The next set probably will be, just because we pruned it up pretty good with all these and cut some leaves and you know, thinned out the amount of blooms that are on there. So you have a choice when you're growing your eggplants to have a ton of blooms on there and get a bunch of smaller ones, or you could pinch off many of the blooms or just a few blooms and start getting larger eggplants. So we're kind of experimenting this year. We used to just grow the large ones, but this year we're just cutting a bunch of small ones here and seeing how it goes. But a few of them I'm gonna leave just a couple blooms so we get some big ones. But yeah, look at all those. Some of them are really fat. Can't get my hand around it. I got a pretty huge hand. Some are just kind of elongated. But quite a few little eggplants there. So that's the eggplant video. We just wanted to go ahead and cut a bunch for y'all and let you know that growing out of containers is perfectly fine for eggplants. So as you can see, we got quite a bit here. This is probably our second harvest. We got a couple weeks ago. So just from here on out, we're going to be cutting harvests like this pretty often. So, well, thank you so much. That was the eggplants, and see you on the next video.